Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Klein Family Field. Thank you all for tuning in today for the resumption of the first game of this matchup between the Northern Colorado Bears and the home team, University of Pacific Tigers. To kind of put everything back into place here, right now we are in the bottom of the fourth with one out. Currently, J.P. Yackel is at third, and Jimmy Boris will be at second base for the Tigers. Tigers are leading 4-2 currently over the Bears. Most of the scoring happened in the first inning, but there may be an opportunity to have a little bit more run support as we are now in the bottom of the fourth. Up to the bat will be Kevin Sandry. Everyone just kind of get used to this field here right now. So we'll have 2 on, 1 out. Sandry at the plate for the Tigers. Nate Verlin will be on deck. The clouds are separating a little bit, so we might be able to at least get this game in action. We'll see what happens throughout the line. The first pitch is up and high for ball 1. Thank you all for tuning in. I am Jeff Dominic. I appreciate you all for giving me an opportunity here, and can't wait to bring you some Pacific Tiger baseball here on the W. Second pitch is down low for ball 2. On the mound is going to be Justin Mulvaney, who is taking the place for a couple different pitchers for the Bears. Jacob Howard actually was the starter originally on this game. This was on Friday. Excuse me, that was actually, so Jacob Howard had pitched 2 2/3 innings, and actually it was Connor Leadholm who was the starter, who had 2/3 of an inning, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, and 1 walk. Jacob Howard took over for 2 2/3, 3 hits, but Mulvaney takes over as that 3-1 pitch is swung on and tapped foul down the right side dugout. Kevin Sandry batting .312 on the season, getting the chance to be in the leadoff position for the game to start the game. And he actually draws a 1-out walk. So bases loaded early for the Pacific Tigers. And up next will be Nate Verlin, first baseman for the Pacific Tigers. Nate Verlin, actually the sophomore first baseman, batting .324, really starting to come on over the last couple of games. Against San Jose, he had a 3-hit ball game. So really starting to heat up, and a lot of good things about this sophomore for the Pacific Tigers as the first pitch is swung on and fouled well back behind the dugout on the right, down the right field line for the Pacific for Northern Colorado, on the Northern Colorado side, excuse me. Bases loaded, 1 out. Infield playing a little bit in, more of a double play depth for Northern Colorado. Mulvaney gets the sign. And here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1-1 pitch coming up. So to recap the outfield for the Northern Colorado Bears, right field will be Rob Cashel. Center field will mean Cole Maltese. Left field, Nick Tanner. Third base, Tyler Yamaguchi. Shortstop, Jacob Eck. Second base, as that 1-1 pitch is swung on, and that'll be tapped towards first base. He'll get the force play at home, but nothing else doing. So bases will remain loaded with 2 outs. And up next will be number 34, Danny Mayer. Danny Mayer batting .256 on the season. He does have 2 home runs on the season, so he can have a little bit of power if you're not careful and you don't pitch him correctly. Shortstop, Jacob Eck for the Northern Colorado Bears. Second base, Ryan Yamain. First base, Brett Minnick. Catcher, Jake Garcia. And pitching on the mound will be Justin Mulvaney. Mulvaney gets his sign. First pitch to Mayer in there, strike 1, right around the knee area, just above the knees. Good pitch for Mulvaney. The infield is playing a little bit further depth, trying to just get a force out at any base available. Bases loaded. Full of Tigers. There's the 1-1 pitch. Also in there, right on the inside corner. Mayer didn't seem to really care for it too much. He kind of took a step out of the batter's box. He'll regroup here in just a moment. The outfield is playing just a little bit further than regular depth. Because once again, Danny Mayer can hit that home run. It is a fairly cloudy day. It was raining pretty good as that pitch was up high and tight. Mayer had to kind of step back a little bit. So we are resuming the bottom of the fourth, and we had early 2 Tigers on with 1 out to resume everything. Mulvaney will throw the 1-2 pitch here right now, and that is tapped right there in front of the first base. They'll throw it on to home, and that will be a 1-2 put out. So with the bases loaded and 1 out, nothing was able to come across, but the Pacific Tigers do lead 4-2. We'll be right back on the W.TV. Here we are in the top of the 5th inning. Northern Colorado against the University of Pacific Tigers. Pacific Tigers currently lead 4-2. On the mound will be Phineas Delabonte Smith, as it's quickly a 2-0 count. Currently, the Pacific Tigers are leading 4-2 here in the top of the 5th. Up at the plate for the Northern Colorado Bears is the catcher, Jake Garcia. Jake Garcia on the early campaign is just at batting .067 as that pitch is looked low and outside. Will Leiden did get to start on today, but because of the rain-shortened game on Friday, he was only able to pitch 4 innings. As that pitch is swung on and fouled back, we'll do it again for a 2-2 count. Will Leiden on that game that he started, which was on Friday, carrying over to today, 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and all of them were in the first inning. After that, he pretty much settled down, facing 17 batters. Here's the 2-2 pitch by Delabonte Smith, swung on and well fouled behind us here. Pacific Tigers had, in the bottom of the fourth, the bases loaded with 1 out, but were not able to scratch anything across. Here's the 2-2 pitch by Delabonte Smith, swung on and over to first, but that'll be tapped foul, just going foul past the first base line. So far, Jake Garcia, his first plate appearance, he was 0 for 1. That pitch is in there, and it'll be a ball. So 3-2 coming up to Jake Garcia. There's a 3-2 pitch swung on, and that'll be going to right field. Diving attempt, and they're going to call that an out for number 1. Nice sliding attempt over there, and that was actually Lucas Halstead. Lucas Halstead making a diving attempt, sliding in there, almost as if he was sliding into second. But this kid Lucas Halstead, I'll tell you what, he can pretty much play any position. It seems like he's played right, he's played catcher. He just seems like one of those guys that put me in wherever you need me, coach. I'll be there. Up next for Northern Colorado, Ryan Yamain. Yamain on the season, the senior, batting .214, also playing second base today for the Northern Colorado Bears. We will go over the defensive lineups for the Pacific Tigers here in just 1 second as that ball is outside. Defensively for the Pacific Tigers, right field you have Lucas Halstead, who just made that nice sliding play. Center field, Jimmy Boris. Left field, Danny Mayer. Third base, J.J. Wagner. Shortstop, Kevin Sandry. That pitch is in there right on the outer half of the plate and right about just above knee high for a strike. So it'll be a 2-1 count coming up. Luis Mejia will be at second base. Nate Verlin at first. J.P. Yackel will be calling the balls and strikes. And the pitcher, Phineas Delabonte Smith, as the pitcher. As that ball was low and inside, and it'll be a 3-1 count coming up to Ryan Yamain. 3-1 pitch outside. That's a for a walk there. So that will bring up Tyler Yamaguchi. He's 0 for 2 today, but he did score a run earlier in the game, earlier in the first inning. So a little 1-out walk here for Delabonte Smith. We'll see if he can move it into a double play, as the infield has moved to double play depth. J.J. Wagner is actually at third. He's playing a little bit closer to the line, and also right on the infield, just in front of or just behind the right infield grass. First pitch is up high and inside for ball 1 to Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi on the season, batting .237, pickoff attempt back to first goes Ryan Yamain. So here we are at the top of the fifth, 1 out. Yamain on first for Northern Colorado. That pitch is swung on and fouled to the Northern Colorado side dugout. Count should go to 1-2. So Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled back. We'll do it again to Tyler Yamaguchi. 1-2 count coming up here in the top of the fifth. Tyler Yamaguchi, the freshman from Honolulu, Hawaii, went to Mid-Pacific Institute, was his last school. Pickoff attempt. Back to first goes Yamain. Oh, I apologize. It's Yamani. So here's the 1-2 pitch going to Yamaguchi. Check back to first again. Delabonte Smith must feel that Yamani can steal some bases. Check back again to first. Called safe. So here's the 1-2 pitch. Up, check back to first again. Nothing doing. Checking to see here. Yamani has stolen 2 bases already on the season. He's 2 for 2. So Delabonte Smith must feel that he can run on him. So keeps him close. Delabonte Smith fires and delivers, and that is well outside for ball 2. Not a bad waste pitch, though. 1-2 count. Probably just seeing what was Yamani doing, as well as seeing if there may be a hit and run possibility going on. So if he could have snagged them both, that would have been nice and an easy double play there. Delabonte Smith fires and delivers. That swung on and fouled to the down behind the Northern Colorado side dugout down the right field side. Yamaguchi has hit 4 doubles on the season. He has a slugging percentage of .342. He has struck out 7 times so far on the season. And that's before today. There's the 2-2 pitch. Caught him looking. As I say that, there is his 8th strikeout on the season. So Yamani will stay on first. Yamaguchi goes back after caught him looking. Up next will be Cole Maltese, the center fielder, batting in the 3 spot. Cole Maltese, so far on the season, batting .152. As that first pitch is looked in there and for strike 1. Maltese batting .152 on the season. Has 3 runs batted in, but has struck out 16 times as that 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back, so it'll be an 0-2 pitch coming out. So quickly, an 0-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on first. That is still Yamani. And Delabonte Smith trying to get out of this real quick. 0-2 pitch up high. Nice waste pitch by Delabonte Smith. He threw that pitch just about letter high. You could have gotten a swing out of that if you weren't careful. Once again, Cole Maltese does strike out. He's got 16 strikeouts already. 1-2 pitch is swung on and smacked over to the in between second and first, and that will be a base hit for Maltese. Running over to third will be Yamoni. So 2 on with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Northern Colorado trying to make a little noise.
Now batting, left fielder number 22, Nick Tanner.
It was a good 0-2 piece of hitting for Maltese. Up next for Northern Colorado will be Nick Tanner, batting .208 on the season. He has played in 8 games so far of the 9 coming into today. Batting 208. Here's the first pitch. That's in there for strike one. So Delabonte Smith has to work through this inning after getting the first batter out and then striking out Tyler Yamaguchi. Quickly gets him 0-1. So here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, and that's smacked over in between right field and center. Running over and making another sliding catch is Lucas Halstead to end the inning. Lucas Halstead with 2 sliding catches. Way to go and have a good start to your 5th inning, coming back after a long rain delay. So after the top of the 5th, we go to the bottom of the 5th. Pacific Tigers leading Northern Colorado 4-2. We'll be right back here on the W.TV. Quickly into the bottom of the 5th here at Klein Family Field. Thank you all for tuning in right here on the W. Leading off the bottom of the 5th will be Gio Brusa, left-handed batter from St. Mary's High School right here in Stockton, California. Our first pitch is swung on, and it's hit over to center field. Center fielder is tracking it and makes the catch. So quick one out here. Maltese was over there to make that catch for Northern Colorado. Coming up next will be Lucas Halstead, the right fielder that has made 2 sliding catches for the Pacific Tigers, as the first pitch is in there for strike one. What a way to have a 5th inning. Lucas Halstead making 2 really gems of a play for the Pacific Tigers. 0-1 pitch inside as well, and just under belt high for strike 2. So he's quickly in an 0-2 count. Lucas Halstead swung on and missed for strike 3. So 3 cuts. Well, three attempts, but 2 times looking, had to go after that third one. Struck him out. Coming up next will be Luis Mejia, batting in the 6th spot, second baseman for the Pacific Tigers. Batting .324 on the season. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Mejia, once again, this is a rain-shortened game, so it was played off in the first. As that pitch is in there for strike 2. Mejia didn't really like that one too much. Mejia is also 2 for 2 with scoring a run there in the first inning. So there's the 0-2 pitch, and that's just tap foul. Justin Mulvaney will go ahead and get his second inning of work. Mulvaney has walked one and struck out one so far in this inning and 2/3. There's the 1-2 pitch, then that swung on, but that'll go foul down the line and actually stop before it even hits first base. So Mejia looking at an 0-2 pitch coming up. So once again, 0-2 pitch by Mulvaney, swung on, and that will be tap foul as well. So we get to do it all over again. Luis Mejia from Live Oak, California, in Jesuit High School, in his senior year for the Pacific Tigers. 0-2 pitch swung on, and that'll be well behind us here. So once again, we get to do it again. Luis Mejia fighting off a couple of good pitches. And actually, that one was more of a waste pitch, but it was really close, and Mejia was fighting that one off. So staying alive is Luis Mejia as we get to do it again. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on, and that'll be hit over to left. And actually, it was just enough to where the shortstop was able to grab it. So that will end the fifth. Moving on to the top of the sixth, the Pacific Tigers lead 4-2. We'll be right back here on the W.TV. Moving on to the top of the sixth here at Klein Family Field in Stockton, California, home of the University of Pacific Tigers, taking on Northern Colorado today in the makeup, well, kind of the makeup game, if you will. They played on Friday and were only able to get 4 innings in. So that first pitch is inside and high for ball one. That's going to Brett Minnick, the first baseman for Northern Colorado. On the mound currently is Phineas Delabonte Smith, in for his second inning of work. First, that 1-0 pitch is swung on over to Kevin Sandry at short. Throw on to first and got him. That was a high chopping hit, and Sandry is starting to make his presence known over there at shortstop. He's, being a freshman, really has done a lot of great defensive plays at the shortstop position. He's had his freshman mistakes, but at the same time, he's doing a great job over at shortstop. Up next for the Northern Colorado Bears is Robert Cashel. It's his first pitch. That first pitch is swung on and fouled back behind us. So quickly, in an 0-1 count, Delabonte Smith working a little faster than what he did in the fifth inning, excuse me. And that pitch is swung on and missed, strike two. Cashel batting .267 on the season. Has 8 hits and 30 at-bats. And that pitch is low and outside for ball one. Close pitch there. Good job by Delabonte Smith on where he spotted that. That was a great pitch. So it makes it 1-2 to Cashel. There's the fire, and that one's actually up high and away. So a 2-2 count coming up for Rob Cashel and the Northern Colorado Bears. Delmonte Smith deals, and that's up high as well. So full count, another possibility for a walk. This will be the second walk in as many innings if he gives this one up for Delmonte Smith. We'll check it out right here. 3-2 pitch. And that's a high pop-up going over to second. Mejia calling everybody off, and he makes the play. So after a 3-2 count, where Cashel was down 0-2, he was able to fly out to the second baseman, Mejia. So we'll call that a pop-out 4. Coming up next will be Marco Castillo, the designated hitter, batting just 100 coming into today. First pitch is swung on and missed, strike 1. Marco Castillo, the outfielder from junior for Northern Colorado, as that 0-1 pitch is swung on and tapped over to Mejia. Mejia fires on to first, and that ends the inning. So 1-2-3 go the Northern Colorado Bears. Pacific Tigers coming up in the bottom of the 6th. Listen to W.TV here on. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Klein Family Field here in Stockton, California, the cloudy Stockton, California, as we are trying to avoid any more rain for the rest of at least this game and hopefully the next. Home of the Pacific Tigers, Northern Colorado coming in here. Currently, we are in the bottom of the 6th. Pacific Tigers are leading 4-2. J.J. Wagner at the plate. That first pitch is bounced in the dirt for ball 1. J.J. Wagner batting .241 on the season at third. Is that 0-1 pitch is swung on to short, throw on to first. Got him. So count that 6-3. That will bring up J.P. Yackel. J.P. Yackel on Friday in this rain-shortened game, which we are continuing today, is currently does not have an official at-bat, but was on third when we came back to you live. That was in the 4th inning. So that first pitch is low and inside for ball 1 to Yackel. He was standing on third in the 4th inning with 1 out and was not able to come across as that 1-0 pitch is swung on, fouled back just towards the Pacific Tigers side there. Turns that to 1-1. J.P. Yackel on the season batting .136. Does have 4 RBIs and 3 walks. 1-1 pitch. That one's outside and a little high for ball 2. J.P. Yackel is normally the guy that's behind home plate. See him on a regular occasion in his senior year. Here's that 2-1 pitch. Swung on and over to second. Throw on to first and got him. So here we are, 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. Jimmy Boris coming up to the plate for the Pacific Tigers. Left-handed batter, playing center field today. See if Jimmy Boris can get aboard here and start any kind of 2-out rally. That first pitch is inside and low for ball 1. Jimmy Boris batting .267 early in the season in the 9 games he's played and started. As that 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Does have 8 hits and 3 RBIs. Not a major strikeout threat as he only has 4 early in the season. Here's this 1-1, and that's inside and low, ball 2. Jimmy Boris from Carmichael, California. As that pitch is also low for ball 3. So Jimmy Boris trying to get on any way he can in a 3-1 count. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Pacific Tigers are leading 4-2. Here's that 3-1 pitch. Outside and high for ball 4. So that leads into a walk for Jimmy Boris. And coming up next is Kevin Sandry. We'll see if he can get anything going for the Pacific Tigers with 2 outs and 1 on. Kevin Sandry coming into this game was batting .313 with a double, 3 RBIs, and 1 walk, and it only has struck out 3 times. It's probably why he's earned this opportunity to play in the leadoff spot. He's batting in the top of the order today. Check back to first. Nothing going to Jimmy Boris. Jimmy Boris has stolen a base on the season, so he does have some wheels. The pitch swung on, and that goes on to short. Throw on to, or just going to flip it to second for the force out. And that will end the inning. So we move on to the 7th. Pacific Tigers are leading 4-2. We'll be right back on the W.TV and the Pacific Tiger Network. Welcome back to Klein Family Field here in Stockton, California, home of the Pacific Tigers. Northern Colorado coming in here. The Northern Colorado Bears taking on the Pacific Tigers, trying to get anything going that they can here in the top of the 7th. But Phineas Delabonte Smith for the Pacific Tigers coming in here and pitched so far 2 good solid innings for the Pacific Tigers. That first pitch is swung on over to center. Under it is Boris, and that's out number 1. So quick pitch, 1 out, and that was Jacob Eck at the plate. That will bring up Jake Garcia for Northern Colorado. In the 4th, in the 5th, Jake Garcia just flew out to. Actually, he had that sinking fly ball. That first pitch is swung on or is taken for strike 1. He had that sinking foul ball to right, and Halstead made a sliding catch, one of his first 2 in that 5th inning. That took on and looked for ball one. Once again, Halstead had some great catches over there in right in that fifth inning. One of them was Jake Garcia. He robbed Jake Garcia of a single. That pitch is 0-1 pitch is swung on, and a leaping catch by Luis Mejia, and that is out number 2. Garcia can't even get any luck. He had another rip down the right field or for an attempt to go to right field, and this time Luis Mejia leapt up and caught that one out of the air. So a possibility of another 1-2-3 inning for Phineas Delabonte Smith as Ryan Yamoni comes up. That first pitch is looked on and taken for strike one. Yamoni in the fifth inning took a walk and almost had a little bit of a rally going for Northern Colorado, but Phineas Delabonte Smith really buckled down and took them out of it. That pitch looked on and taken for ball one. So here we are, 2 out in the top of the 7th. We're about ready to see what Yamini can do. That 1-1 pitch looked at again as well. A little low for ball 2. Yamini batting .214 on the season coming into today. That 2-1 pitch well outside ball 3. So 3-1 count about to come up for Delabonte Smith facing Ryan Yamini. Yamini can steal some bases. He's got 2 so far. He's got an on-base percentage of .389. 3-1 pitch well outside and another walk to Yamini. That's the second in the last 2 at-bats. And that'll bring up Tyler Yamaguchi. He struck out in the 5th, and he struck out looking. There's going to be a meeting on the mound. So with a meeting on the mound, we'll step aside and take a small break. You're listening to Pacific Tiger Baseball here on the W and Pacific Tiger Network. Welcome back to Klein Family Field here in Stockton, California, home of the Pacific Tigers. There was a pitching change. Jake Jenkins coming in to get a little work in. Yes, he normally is the starter, but he's getting a little work in with this little bit of a situation regarding the rain delay, and now that everything's kind of getting back to form, Jake Jenkins will take the mound. Tyler Yamaguchi will take the plate. Will be at the plate. First pitch is swung on and fouled back for strike one. Yamaguchi in the fifth inning, he did strike out looking. Jake Jenkins with the 3.0 ERA, 1-1 on the season. In 12 innings, he struck out 11 for the Pacific Tigers. On first is Ryan Yamoni, who that pitch was a nasty curve for strike two. Ryan Yamoni with a 2-out walk here in the top of the seventh. So Jake Jenkins will try and get this last out and preserve the 4-2 lead that the Pacific Tigers have. That pitch is outside, a good waste pitch by Jake Jenkins. As it goes to 1-2. That pitch was just off the outside corner. We'll see it again here. Here's the 1-2 pitch check back to first. Nothing doing. Actually, Yamoni looked like he kind of did the roadrunner there. You see a lot of dirt flying up, and he dove back to first. So we'll redo it again. The 1-2 pitch to Yamaguchi for the Northern Colorado Bears. Deals. That's in the dirt and bounces away, and taking second on that will be Yamoni. Kind of on a look like that'll probably be scored as a that could be put as a wild pitch. That was in the dirt and did bounce, take a bad hop. So it'll be a 2-2 count to Tyler Yamaguchi. Now with Yamoni on second. So here's the 2-2. Check swing. And he got him. So that ends the inning. Jake Jenkins comes in here to preserve that lead, and that's the second strikeout on Yamaguchi. So let's go ahead and take a small break, and we move on to the bottom of the seventh. It's stretch time here at Klein Family Field. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be right back here on the W.TV and the Pacific Tiger Network. Welcome back to Klein Family Field here in Stockton, California. Pacific Tigers baseball. And currently the Pacific Tigers are leading 4-2. Here we are in the bottom of the seventh. And it'll be Nate Verlin leading off this inning. And you can close the book on Justin Mulvaney. His day is done after 2 2/3 innings. We'll get into his stats here in just a moment. And we'll also announce the pitching change. First pitch is up high and away, ball 1 to Nate Verlin. On the mound is going to be Brett Minnick for Northern Colorado. As that pitch is inside, and Nate Verlin had to kind of do a little olay there, so it'll go to 2-0. The book on Justin Mulvaney, 2 2/3, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. And that's all he pretty much gave up from the bottom of the fourth inning on. That 2-0 pitch is swung on and fouled down behind the left side dugout behind the Pacific Tigers to move it to 2-1. So 2-1 pitch going over to Nate Verlin. That pitch is looked on for strike 2. Brett Minnick on a season, 5.40 ERA in 2 appearances, only pitched an inning and 2/3 so far. So here's the 2-2, swung on and fouled back as well. So we'll do it again. Nate Verlin battling away. Nate Verlin batting .324 coming into today. So far today, he's 1 for 3 today. Here's the 2-2, and that's taking a look, and that'll be strikeout number 1 for the day for Brett Minnick. Caught him looking right there on the outside corner. Coming up next will be Danny Mayer. Danny Mayer has been, so far, is been able to show off some power. He has 2 home runs so far on the season. Early part of this season, we're in the 10th game, so batting .256, left fielder for Pacific Tigers. Here's the first pitch, and that swung on in between third and short, and that'll be a base hit. First pitch swinging for Danny Mayer. So 1 out here, and here comes Gio Brusa, designated hitter for the day. Gio Brusa in his senior year came in today batting .333. He's also 1 for 3 today, so he's still on pace with that .333 average. Does have 1 home run and 6 RBIs so far early in this season. 1 on. Here's the first pitch by Minnick, and that's in there for strike 1. Nice breaking ball. One on, 1 out. Infielder playing at double play depth. Third baseman Yamaguchi is playing just about in between the infield and outfield grass, kind of close to the right field line. That 0-1 pitch is looked on inside for ball 1. The rain has, for the most part, looks like it's subsided for the most part, so looks like we'll be able to get most of this game in. Hopefully we'll be able to get a second game in. Rain shortened game yesterday, and it was pouring pretty bad. Bad enough to where they had to call that game. As the 1-1 pitch is popped high in the air. Second baseman calling everybody off and gets it for out number 2. The City of Stockton Municipal Utilities Department asks you to help with water quality and water conservation. Help us maintain clean rivers and a clean delta for everyone by reporting any sewage or bad-smelling water in the street or water running in gutters. Report possible problems helps everyone to maintain a clean water supply in a healthy environment. Call the 24-hour emergency service center at 209-937-8341. First pitch low, but a stolen base by Danny Mayer. So 2 out and 1 runner in scoring position as Lucas Halstead is up. In his appearance in the 5th, he struck out swinging. Played some terrific defense in the 5th with 2 sliding grabs, robbing hits. That pitch is swung on and fouled down the third base side. So I'll move it to 1-1. Trying to get another run across. Mayer sitting over there on second after a single and now a stolen base by Mayer. Lucas Halstead trying to get him in. There's the pitch. Up high and inside for ball 2. Lucas Halstead batting .278 on the season. No home runs, just 1 RBI. So he could definitely use to get Danny Mayer home. Here's the 2-1 pitch coming up by Minnick. That's low for strike 2. Halstead tried to sell that one, but a good framing job over there by Garcia at catcher for Northern Colorado. So we'll see a 2-2 pitch coming up with 2 outs and 1 on second. He fires. That's low. That'll be ball 3. Lucas Halstead from Alamo, California, and Monte Vista was the last school he attended. Three-two pitch by Minnick. And that's inside for ball 4, so now 2 on with 2 outs, and Luis Mejia. Luis Mejia, 2 for 3 today. He did line out too short in the 5th. So here we are in the bottom of the 7th, and we'll have a visit at the mound. Don't see anyone warming up, so I do believe that they'll probably just talk this one over. So as we're able to take a small second here, want to remind everyone, want to come to a Pacific Tigers game? Grab the Scholar Share Pack, Tiger Pack. For just $40, you can get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas to any Pacific baseball game. It's the best value in town. For more information about the Scholar Share Tiger Pack, head online to pacifictigers.com/Tiger Pack. That meeting is done, and we'll actually go ahead and keep everything the same. Minnick will be in there to pitch. He's given up 1 hit, 1 walk, and struck out 1 so far in his 2/3 of inning of work. First pitch. Nice breaking ball in there for strike 1 to Luis Mejia. Luis Mejia on the season batting .324 coming into today. Has scored 5 times but has 7 RBIs early in the season. So here's the 0-1 pitch. He deals. That's low for ball 1. Good eye by Luis Mejia. So 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 7th. Mejia at the plate. Minnick for Northern Colorado deals. And that's swung on, going over to short, flips on to second, and that will end the inning. So with the little 2-out rally, that's about all we get. So after 7, University of Pacific Tigers leading 4-2 over Northern Colorado Bears. We'll be right back here on the W.TV and the Pacific Tiger Network. Welcome back to Klein Family Field here in Stockton, California. Pacific Tigers baseball. Northern Colorado coming in to take on those Pacific Tigers. Jake Jenkins coming in to pitch the eighth. And that first pitch is swung on and going foul. J.J. Wagner over there to take a look. Nothing doing. Up at the plate is Cole Maltese. Maltese is 3 for 3 today. Scored on a run. That was in the first. Cole Maltese entered the game batting 152. Here's the 0-1 pitch outside for ball one. Jake Jenkins getting in the eighth inning of work. In the eighth inning, I should say. This will be technically his attempt at a second, third. That pitch is low for ball two and in the dirt. On deck is Nick Tanner, left fielder for Northern Colorado. Here's the 2-1 pitch, swung on and tapped foul. So that'll bring it to 2-2. Jake Jenkins trying to get a little magic going here for the rest of this game and bring the Pacific Tigers what seems to be the game that went on forever, but it really hasn't. 2-2 pitch swung on and belted to left field. That one is way back and gone. Home run, and Cole Maltese is 4 for 4 and a solo shot to left field. Brings this game to 4-3. And that will Jake Jenkins, normally a starting pitcher, kind of wonder if the way that things were coming in, that kind of throws him off being able to come out of the bullpen. I wouldn't expect it, but at the same time, you kind of wonder. We'll see how he does against Brett Minnick. That first pitch is in there for strike one. Excuse me, that's Nick Tanner. Nick Tanner playing left field today. That is slapped over to third. J.J. Wagner bobbles it a little bit, throw on to first, and he got him. Good play by J.J. Wagner to stick with it. Five to 3 put out there. Brett Minnick, who has also been pitching, will also bat here in the 5 spot in the 8th inning. So here's the first pitch by Jake Jenkins. Blew it by him, swung on and missed, strike one. Brett Minnick batting 194 on the season. Today he is 0 for 3, but does have an RBI on the sac fly. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled well behind us. So 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Solo home run by Cole Maltese. And then a 5-3 putout by Nick Tanner. Here's the 0-2 pitch, low and outside for ball 1 to Brett Minnick. On deck is Rob Cashel for Northern Colorado. Jake Jenkins gets his pitch. He deals up high and inside for ball 2. So 2-2 pitch coming up here in the top of the 8th. Pacific Tigers leading 4-3 over Northern Colorado Bears with 1 out. Jake Jenkins on the mound. Brett Minnick at the plate. Here's the pitch. And in there for strike 3. Caught him looking on the outer side there. So have a seat, young man, and we'll do it again. Rob Cashel will be at the plate. Rob Cashel on the season batting .267, 0 for 3 today, and 2 strikeouts. So Jenkins looks like he's getting a little bit more settled. That first pitch is hit foul behind us. Quickly into an 0-1. So Jenkins, after giving up that home run, just a grounder to third and a strikeout, and he's trying to get out of this inning. That pitch is up high and inside for ball 1. J.J. Wagner, the wind is starting to pick up a little bit. J.J. Wagner playing just past the infield grass right there around the third base side. That pitch swung on and fouled down right, and it'll be a 1-2. Now J.J. Wagner kind of pulls back a little bit more, kind of in between the infield and outfield grass. Sandry at short is right on the fringe of the outfield grass at short, and Mejia is actually on the outfield grass at second. Well, here's the pitch, and that's swung on and also foul. So we'll do it again. 1-2 pitch coming up to Rob Cashel. Once again is 0 for 3 today. He's struck out so far 8 times coming into today, so add 2 more to that. That's 10 times so far this season. But he's also drawn 4 walks. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. And as I say that, so make that 11 strikeouts on the season for Cashel and another one for Jake Jenkins. So going on to the bottom of the 8th, Pacific Tigers still lead 4-3. We'll take a small break right here on the W.TV and the Pacific Tiger Network. Welcome back to Klein Family Field here in Stockton, California, home of the Pacific Tigers. Northern Colorado Bears coming into town, taking on these Pacific Tigers. Currently, going into the bottom of the 8th, Pacific Tigers are leading 4-3. The Bears have gotten a little closer after that home run by Cole Maltese. But we move on to the bottom of the 8th. Up next for the Pacific Tigers is J.J. Wagner as he looks in there for strike one. J.J. Wagner on this game so far is 1 for 3. Takes another strike called there, 0-2. That puts the book down on Brett Minnick. He pitched 1 inning, got 1 hit, walked 1, and struck out 1. Now it's Spencer Applebach. That pitch is looked in for ball 1. Spencer Applebach is quickly working away here. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's inside for ball 2 to J.J. Wagner. Spencer Applebach, he is 0-2 on the season. Here's that 2-2 pitch in there for strike 3. Struck out J.J. Wagner looking. So going into today, Spencer Applebach 0-2. He's started 2 games. He's pitched 5 2/3. 14 hits, 14 runs, 11 earned, and also 7 walks and struck out 6. J.P. Yackel at the plate. First pitch looking, strike 1. On deck will be Jimmy Boris for the Pacific Tigers. Is that 0-1 pitch? Check on down to first. Nothing doing. So we'll go 1-1 to J.P. Yackel. Yackel, the catcher for the Pacific Tigers. So here's the 1-1 pitch by Applebach. And that's down low and outside as well for ball 2. Check on the first, still saying ball 2. Bottom of the 8th, and that actually hit him. And so J.P. Yackel will take first off of a hit by pitch. That'll bring up Jimmy Boris, who walked in the 6th. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Walked in the 6th, but that's as far as he went. Jimmy Boris, left-handed batter for Pacific, playing center field today. Check back to first. Nothing doing. J.P. Yackel, not known to really steal a base, but then again, all these Pacific Tigers can catch you off guard if you're not careful. Attempted bunt, throw on to first. Yackel's back in time. Boris tried to catch everybody napping. Jimmy Boris, 267 coming into today. He's 1 for 2. Got a 290 on-base percentage early in this season. Check back to first. Nothing going on. And there's going to be, it looks like that's going to be a balking call, so that'll move Yackel on to second. So with no outs, away we go. I'm sorry, excuse me, try that again. With 1 out, Jimmy Boris will try and see if he can score J.P. Yackel now at second. Shortstop keeping him close. That pitch is high and outside for ball 1. One out here in the bottom of the 8th. Tigers trying to get back that run that they lost earlier in the inning with Maltese's one out or solo shot. That pitch is outside for strike 2. Jimmy Boris was looking at that one. Didn't really like the call, but at the same time, didn't have a choice. Umpire saw that it was actually a really nice pitch. It was framed well by Garcia. Appleback did a great job with that pitch. So it'll be 1-2 pitch coming up to Boris. Yekel on second. Swung on and missed. Oh, it actually was hit and actually went foul. It just trickled just past the catcher's legs here. So it'll be a 1-2 pitch coming up for Jimmy Boris. Appleback in the stretch. He deals. Caught him looking. And that's strikeout number 2 for Appleback. Second time that he's caught a Pacific Tiger looking. In this inning. So that'll bring up Kevin Sandry at the top of the order. He will try and get Yekel home, who's still standing at second, this time with 2 outs. Sandry is 2 for 3. Swung on, but it went away from the catcher. Nobody's going anywhere, but it swung on in a strike number 1 to Sandry. Clouds are starting to form up again here at Klein Family Field in Stockton, but it looks like we may get this one out of the way, and hopefully we're able to get you a second one. Northern Colorado, the second baseman, is keeping Yekel close. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that's in there for strike 2. Good placement once again by Appleback. That one was just about right on the, I'm going to say it was right on the outer half, just about thigh high. Sandry just took it. So it'll be an 0-2 count to Sandry. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. 0-2 pitch slapped on to in between first and second. Yekel's going to come on home, throw on to home, and got him. J.P. Yekel didn't even make an attempt to slide. He was caught by a good 4 steps, and that will end the inning. So on to the top of the 9th to close it out. We'll see if they can. Pacific Tigers lead 4-3. We'll be right back on the W.TV and the Pacific Tiger Network. Here we are at Klein Family Field in Stockton, California, top of the 9th. Northern Colorado against the Pacific Tigers, top of the 9th. Pacific Tigers are leading 4-3 over the Bears. Jake Jenkins still back on the mound. And we're looking to see who's coming in for the Northern Colorado Bears. Is going to be number 15. If the first pitch is taken, for strike one. Marco Castillo will be out, and it'll be Corey Nakakura for the Bears. His first at bat. That pitch is swung on, and that is a high fly ball, and calling it will be Danny Mayer over there in left for out number one. Jacob Eck will be up next, the shortstop, batting in the 8th spot. Jake Jenkins still on the mound for the Pacific Tigers. So here's the first pitch to Eck, and that's a little high for ball one. Eck on the season, 190, batting 194. He is 0 for 3 today. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's in there just above the knees for strike one. So one out here in the top of the ninth. Pacific Tigers are leading 4-3. Their offense came in the first inning, and so far that's all they've needed. 1-1 pitch is slapped. That's a high fly ball, but that'll go over into foul territory. Verlin's over there, and he makes the catch for out number two. Wingstop is a destination when you crave fresh cooked to order wings with bold layered flavors. For the nearest location or to order online, visit wingstop.com. Up next is Jake Garcia, the catcher for Northern Colorado. He will be the final attempt, if they can get nothing else across, for the Northern Colorado Bears. First pitch by Jenkins is in there, right on the outer half, strike one to Jake Garcia. Since that home run to Maltese, Jenkins has settled down. He gave up a ground out to third, 2 strikeouts, a pop out to left field, and a fly out to down in foul territory towards first base. That second pitch is swung on and fouled back. So here we go to the final strike for the Northern Colorado Bears. Jake Jenkins trying to finish it off. And there's the pitch, and that's high for ball one. That was a good waste pitch by Jake Jenkins. Just underneath the letters. More of a breaking ball, but really, I mean, that could have been, if he would have swung at that, that would have been a strikeout, and we would have been talking about the ending credits here. So 1-2 pitch to Garcia, swung on and tapped foul. On deck, if they can get on base, will be Ryan Yamoni. Jake Garcia 0 for 3 today. 1-2 pitch, swung on, and that will be foul as well. Caught the netting right to the, as you kind of go down towards the batter's box where Yamoni was sitting. It was well high, but right in that area. Count stays 1-2. Jenkins trying to finish this off for the Pacific Tigers. He deals. That was low and outside. Ball 2. It is very windy. The flags are blowing towards, going from left to right. There's going to be a meeting at the mound. Starting to wonder if Jenkins felt that last pitch was where he wanted it, just didn't get the call. Yekel may have gone over there just to kind of calm him down a little bit. And see what he can do on the 2-2 pitch to Jake Garcia. The flags out there are out in right field are wisping away. That ball was in tight, so we'll move to 3-2. Kind of going towards more the foul pole side of right field, and at some points kind of blowing back too. Here's the 3-2 pitch, swung on and fouled back. Lot of chatter going on from Pacific Tigers side. This has been a long game to finish off for sure, and I'm sure Jake Jenkins wants to get this done as well. So here's the 3-2 pitch to Garcia. Swung on and missed. They'll go ahead and tag him right at home plate, and that will end the game. So put this one in the books. Jake Jenkins strikes him out, so that will finish. That's a 1-2-3 inning. He actually sat down the last 6 batters after that home run. Pacific Tigers win 4-3 here at Klein Family Field. Looking at everything, all the scoring was pretty much done in the first. The Bears scored 2 runs early in the top of the first. After that, the Pacific Tigers roared back. Yes, punting was intended on that. They roared back and scored 4. They did have a little bit where the game stopped was in the bottom of the 4th with 1 out. They weren't able to, when coming back into play today, they weren't able to scratch anything across. And other than the Maltese home run for the Bears, that was it. And that Maltese home run went in the top of the 8th with 1 out. So that was a solo shot. So in closing, it looks like Phineas Delabonte Smith will get the win with the 2 1/3 innings. Maltese went 4 for 4 for the Bears. Sandry went 3 for 4, and Mayer for the Pacific Tigers went 2 for 4 as well with a double and an RBI. Gio Brusa and J.J. Wagner both had an RBI as well. Will Leiden, who started the game on Friday, went 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. All of those came in the first inning. After that, he went 3 solid innings without giving up really much of anything. On the loss will be Connor Leadholm, who went 2/3 with 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, gave up a double and a triple. The win will probably go to Phineas Delabonte Smith, who went 2 2/3 in relief, gave up 1 hit, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. That pretty much wraps it up. So the stat line for the final time, Northern Colorado went 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. For the Pacific Tigers, 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. In closing, I want to thank everybody that tuned in today. Thank you all very much for making this possible. I appreciate it. To the whole Pacific Tiger Athletic staff, I appreciate everybody for allowing us to do this. I want to thank you all once again. Stay tuned. We may have the second game. More information, look on to at the Pacific Tigers website. They will have more information regarding the upcoming schedule and see what they have for you. For now, we'll be signing off. You've been listening to Pacific Tiger Baseball here on the W.TV and the Pacific Tiger Network.